Desires. If you want to have a desire, you should have a desire. If you don't want to have a desire, you should not have a desire. The same with the body. Your body must be tuned with the thoughts and desires what you have. These three practices are the basis of the three yogas. The yoga of works, which is known as karma yoga. You should know the spirit behind your actions. That is karma yoga. And what should be the spirit? Understanding the Supreme and surrendering to the Supreme. So our physical body should be in such a perfect shape and condition that it should become a perfect tool. Similarly, the desire body. Similarly, the mental body. These practices you have to practice. You have to develop your own systems which helps you. In Karma Yoga, the first 6 chapters of Gita gives you a lot of methodology. Select any one of it. Next, from 7th to 12th chapter, the divine devotion, Bhakti Yoga. You develop any one of those. And then you have in the last 13th to 18th chapter, Kshetra and Kshetrajna, the knowledge. That you cannot miss. You just can't say that I need not read it, because even if you read the entire Gita, you need somebody who knows about it to tell you what is good for you. And luckily for us, we have a very direct, pointed guidance in this book for all these yogas. Now we are going ahead with Karma Yoga, how your actions must be performed. Next. A change of inner consciousness and nature. This is most important. In the beginning, that have to be accepted for some time. The difficulties when you are practicing the Karma Yoga, the difficulties you come when you are practicing the Bhakti Yoga, the difficulties you have when you are practicing the Jnana Yoga, they will come for some time. But you have to practice them. And you have to also practice the Raja Yoga. And you have to also practice the Hatha Yoga. There is no exemption for it. In integration, we just don't leave anything, we integrate everything. And when you integrate everything, you should know that the Hatha Yoga is very important for the physical body and the nervous body. And if this is not in correct tune, what is the use of the highest flights of imagination? For the previous sadhakas, that was good, because they went there, liberated, gone. They were not worried of what is going to happen to this world. But an integral sadhaka goes there and brings it down to the physical plane. Then your physical plane must be perfect. And what is your physical plane? Your body and nervous system. So asanas and pranayama automatically becomes a must. And after that, we have this still evolving mental body. The Annamaya and Pranamaya koshas are completely evolved. But our mind has not evolved. But when we say this, we feel that probably nature has the role of developing the mind in humanity. Sri Aurobindo says it is wrong. It has already developed your mental body. What you are now saying is a recoil because of some defect in your mental bodies. Because if you take the most savage individual in the world who does not know about any civilization, who does not know about languages, you can imagine such a savage man, is it not? Somewhere in the African jungles, who doesn't know about this modern world. But you accept in principle that if you bring him to that cities and train him for 10 years, he can become a scientist. He can become an engineer. So what does it mean? The savage has become a savage because of some defect in his mental nature in previous higher evolutionary stage, which he has to correct now as a savage. I think you could understand what it is. The same thing to all of us. So we are here not to develop the mental body, but to correct the mental defects which we have inherited from our previous developments of the mental body, and for some of us almost to the over mind level. So that is the guarantee which Sri Aurobindo gives, that your sadhana is waste. If you have passed BSc and you think that you have not studied 10th class and you start reading 10th class books, who is at fault? We are at fault. We have forgotten that we have reached that level. Why we have forgotten? Because there is a recoil. And nature is always right. You remember that principle. So that shows that all of us, and when I say all of us, in humanity, all of us, those who were before us and those who are going to come after us, have always evolved a mental being, Manomaya Purusha. And that Manomaya Purusha was supposed to train himself for the descent. But there is a fault, there is a defect. That defect, Sri Aurobindo says, is individually different from man to man. That is why from the mental level onwards, your integral sadhana becomes diversified, depending upon your defect. But before reaching that, at least you must have reached the samadhi state. And I guarantee you that those who have studied up to 10th class have reached the Savitarka Samadhi state as given in Patanjali Yoga Sutras. When I come to the chapter Samadhi, I will prove it, that anyone who has passed the 10th class exam is above Savitarka Samadhi. Then what are the 3 steps for him to remain according to the Samadhi? Nirvitarka Samadhi, Savichara Samadhi and Nirvichara Samadhi. And many of the people who are interested in yoga, whether our yoga or their yoga or any yoga, because wherever you have an inherent aspiration towards the divine, whether you are a Muslim or a Christian or a Buddhist or someone XYZ, you have reached Nirvichara Sthiti also. Nirvichara Samadhi also. So when I find people trying to do all those nonsensical experiments for Nirvitarka Samadhi and Savitarka Samadhi, you are wasting your time. Because we do not have a very clear-cut definition of what Samadhi is. And later, we will get the real picture of Samadhi in Sri Aurobindo's own words. Next. The Gita at its cryptic close may seem by its silence to stop short of that solution for which we are seeking. What is the solution? What is the goal of the mental body? Where the desire body and the physical body are completely controlled. It passes at the borders of the highest spiritual mind and does not cross them into the splendors of the supramental light. This is from where we have recoiled since 5,000 years. And this should give us a great boost, because if you have already been there, the only thing is you must be able to say along with Arjuna, Nashto Mohaha, Smrutir Labdhva, I remember that I have passed all these stages. Tat prasadat mayachyuta. And remember, until this helps, you can't remember it.